Aloha from Hawaii, everybody. In today's video, I'm going to be answering the question, should you visit or travel to Hawaii right now? In today's video, I'm going to give you 2 reasons why you should not travel to Hawaii right now, 2 reasons why you should travel to Hawaii right now, and then give you my Manaʻo or my opinion as to what I think. If you like this topic, please like and subscribe. So right now, this is the year 2021, and we are in the midst of a global COVID-19 pandemic. The vaccine has been created, but not everyone has taken it yet. So if you're watching this and the pandemic is already finished, then you can follow the timestamp below, because at the very end of this video, I'm going to give you 2 insider tips that you can only get about Hawaii from a local like me. Let's start with the first reason why you should not travel or visit Hawaii right now. So the first reason would be uncertainty. So the rules and the regulations regarding the COVID-19 pandemic has changed so much since the beginning that because of the level of uncertainty, I would say that I feel unsafe, and I don't know if you feel the same way, but you like things to be under control, and it doesn't seem like those in authority may be able to handle the severity of this issue. And if you're planning to come anyways, I would go to this website here, the hawaiitourismauthority.org, because they will give you the latest news and information regarding the pandemic. Right here, you can see this alert at the top, and it says COVID-19 negative test result from a trusted testing partner required before departure for Hawaii to bypass 10-day quarantine. All travelers to Kauai are required to quarantine. So you can read more about that. You can find out what is a trusted testing partner and where you can get that test, because you don't want to take a test and then come here and find out that the place that you took the test from is not a trusted testing partner. If you're traveling to Kauai Island, all travelers are required to quarantine for 10 days. So regardless of whether your test came back negative from that trusted testing partner, you still have to quarantine. So make sure you keep track of that and you know that. The second reason would be that not all places are fully open to the public yet. So you wouldn't want to come here and find out that the place that you want to visit is closed, right? And a lot of restaurants, like local restaurants like Zippy's, the restaurant has limited seating or limited capacity, and most places are only open for pickup and takeout, right? So if you're planning to dine in or you want to get a good dining experience, the restaurants may or may not be able to accommodate you. And then as far as things not being open, I just saw here on the Hanauma Bay website, hanaumabay.info, you can see that Hanauma Bay is slowly starting to open, and there are entry limitations. So Hanauma Bay is a popular place here on Oahu Island, right? And so just know that if you're planning to go to places and you have your heart set on it, it might not be open, or they may not be able to accommodate you. Just as a side note, there are some local people that are not happy that tourists are coming to Hawaii right now. I would say that the main reason is that it's for safety purposes, right? People are scared that they are going to get the COVID virus, and they don't want it to be brought in by a tourist or some person from someplace else, right? So that's reasonable and that's logical to me. Because of Hawaii's high cost of living, there's a lot of multi-generational people living under one roof. If you haven't watched my Kupuna video, I'll post the link for you above, and then you can see that. But the bottom line is, like I had mentioned about the uncertainty, people feel unsafe. They don't want people coming in and bringing the virus with them. All right. With that said, let's move on to the 2 reasons why you should travel to Hawaii right now. Number 1, prices are really cheap. So here I just Googled cheap tickets to Hawaii, and obviously, and you have to research this, right? So it's like flight deals under $199, and it says cheap tickets, cheap flights to Hawaii from $45. I mean, $45, cheap flights to Hawaii Island from $73 only on Expedia. So go ahead and research that, but those are extremely low prices, right? You can't beat $39. The second reason is places are less crowded. There's less people traveling and visiting Hawaii right now, so obviously there's going to be less people at the beaches, less people at the parks, less people at those places that tourists normally go. Now, giving you my Manaʻo, what I think, honestly, I would say because of that high level of uncertainty, my Manaʻo would be stay home. Stay home until it's done, under control, right? And let me know what you think. What's your opinion? What's your Manaʻo? Tip number one for you folks coming to Hawaii. A lot of people want to try food, local food, and they go to restaurants and they go to these popular places, but not too many people go to the grocery store. So you know that my favorite local grocery store is Foodland, right? And I also like 7-Eleven. Let me show you some footage from Foodland. They have everything from bentos to poke to sushi to hot stuff to cold stuff. And this is the Foodland in Mililani that I went to. I went late in the afternoon, so a lot of things were gone. And the second place I went to was a local grocery store called Times Supermarket in Mililani. And so again, I went at the end of the day, so a lot of things were gone, but you can see, I'll show you some footage. And then one thing too is there's a lot of dried seeds, candies, snacks that you can get in the aisle that you can take home for your family and for your friends. So tip number 2, the last tip for you folks that are visiting Hawaii, is drive around the island. Because the traffic is so light, and I'm gonna show you footage from me driving during rush hour time, and it's pretty, as you can see, it's pretty light. So check this out. I took a look at Southwest Airlines, and if you look at the Southwest Airlines inter-island flight fares, you see that we're showing our love for Hawaii. It's $39 inter-island flights one way. You know, rather than going to different islands and staying, you could just island hop and drive around the island for the day. I mean, $39 is pretty cheap, right? Rather than staying on one island and then going to another island and getting an additional hotel room, drive around the island for $39 one way. That's a pretty good deal. Anyways, that's my vikyo for today, and I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, aloha, ahui ho.